We'll bring that back in a minute. Harold Johnson, candidate for North Carolina's 8th District, joins us. Hey, Harold, how you doing?
Tara, I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me on. How are you?
Yeah, sure. Okay, well, you were accused today of many things in that D'Annunzio interview with Keith Larson. Did you hear it?
I did not hear it. I was busy calling voters doing my business, but some people on our staff listened to it and mentioned some things that were said.
I want to give you a chance to respond to what Mr. D'Annunzio said. He accused you of falsely attacking him in your most recent ad, where you talk about his business practices. Have you falsely attacked him?
I don't think so, Tara. Anything that we refer to has been part of the public record, and things that he actually has talked about himself. So I don't think there's any merit there.
Let me ask you a straight-up question, Harold Johnson, because I'm thinking it. Everybody listening is thinking it. This is the theme of the show today. Is your opponent mentally off?
I'm not going to go there, Tara. I think, I know just from being around him for the past 5 or 6 months, Tara, that he does love his country. He loves this country very much. He is a serviceman. He spent his time in the Army. I was in the Marine Corps, so I certainly respect him for doing that. And I know that some of the issues that he feels so strongly about, and to the point of being, some might say, over the top. I have great passion for things I believe in, too, as well. I express them a little bit differently than what he does. You can't go up, obviously, with the notion of tearing down the government. There are different ways to go about fixing things that are wrong with our government. We do have areas that need to be fixed, and that's where we differ. But I'm not going to go down the road and say that.
As far as not paying the taxes, though, not paying the child support, stuff like that, you have documentation of all that?
I'm sorry?
I said as far as not paying the taxes, not paying the child support, you have documentation of all those claims that you're making in the commercial?
Well, these are things that he has talked about and he has readily admitted to. And when you put that out there, it's part of the public records, part of the court documents as well. And it's fair game. On certain things he has said about me, he's been attacking me, I think, for 5 months, and we keep running a very positive campaign through the first primary. But there comes a time then, I think, when you absolutely must stand up and confront things that are being said about you.
And that's what I'm giving you an opportunity to do right now, Harold Johnson. Anything else you want to add?
No, we're running a very positive campaign from the standpoint of getting voters out, Tara. Our numbers are looking very good. We're very confident. I want to encourage everybody that's thinking about voting for us to please go out and do that. We haven't won this yet. We've got some good poll numbers, but again, I'm taking nothing for granted. I've been around too long, Tara, to know when you start taking things for granted, you wake up one morning and you're very surprised. But I just want to encourage everybody to get out. Early voting ends on the 19th, vote on the 22nd, and I would be very proud to be the Republican nominee for the 8th District, and I'm looking forward to it.
Harold Johnson, I'm going to ask you another pointed question. The Charlotte Observer is already clearly gearing up for their campaign against you, and they're going to run you as the guy who doesn't know the issues. I'm sure you're starting to see this theme forming in the Observer editorial room. Mm-hmm. How are you going to counter that?
I'm going to counter it by saying I've got a degree in economics. I would challenge anybody to go through the economics course, the curriculum, if you will, get that degree in economics, and then tell me just how much you know or how much you don't think somebody else knows. I got this degree from Lenore Ryan University. I spent 4 years in the Marine Corps where I learned integrity, where I learned the idea of sticking to what you truly believe and the love of this great country, which some people may say sounds hokey, but if you've been in a foxhole for 30 days, you can truly appreciate the gift that we have in this great country and the beacon of hope it has been for millions and millions of people, and I want to continue that. My life experiences of 40 years in broadcasting has taught me a lot to work with people. I get along very well with people. I'm there. I help people, and I take great pride in doing that and have that ability. And I think that's exactly what I'll take. I'll discuss the issues with anybody. I can hold my own, which I've been doing for 6 months, Tara.
Let me ask you one more question, Harold Johnson. Let's do this soundbite style. If you win, you go up there. What's the first thing you're going to do?
I think we repeal health care if we can do that and make it right. We do need to repeal it and make it right. And I hope my first vote will be to elect John Boehner as Speaker of the House. I think you would see a major change there. We are in a situation now where spending is so out of control. We know that. You know that. $200 billion a year interest on our debt. And we have to get this economy going, Tara. We absolutely have to. The job situation in the private sector has not materialized. I was hoping the president would have come on last night and said, you know what, before I talk about the Gulf, I'm going to say this. I'm going to extend the Bush tax cuts. They expire at the end of this year. We're going to see one of the biggest massive tax increases on small business and upper wage owners that we have ever seen in this country. I'd like to see him lower the corporate tax rate. Ronald Reagan did it from 46 to 34%. What happened? The economy, it boomed. President Kennedy cut taxes. The economy moved forward. We need this president to say, I'll lower the tax rate, the corporate tax rate from 35 to 34%. The stock market will take off. We will see businesses, small business, saying, well, you know what? I've got a commitment, which they don't get right now from the President of the United States. The small business doesn't know which way to turn, Tara, because they're wondering if we're going to get another tax hike or what's going to happen. We do these little things, we can get this great country moving again.
Well, there you go. Harold Johnson on the issues and on Tim D'Annunzio. Mr. Johnson, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck in your race.